Welcome back to my channel. I'm Keepsy, aka Keeper of the Keys. So I am away with the fairies today. Survival mode. Brotherhood. Brother and sister. And then we've got Hansel, which is survival. So I was getting quite possibly from this sibling or sister, this brother, this sister, with this survival and transformation, quite possibly you feel like you've had to just survive for yourself, understanding. Right, and then we've got obsession. So there seems to be a bit of an obsession surrounding this connection. Again, these readings are past, present or future, and if it does not resonate, don't make it fit. So yeah, survival mode. Quite possibly you've had to live your life in survival mode quite a lot, whether that be because of some sort of fighting physically, mentally, and also spiritually, having to fight for what you believe in throughout your full life. And I was getting quite possibly, again, this is not going to resonate with everybody, but maybe even if you've grown up with your parents or without your parents, you feel like your parents have never really understood you, quite possibly. And if you're not parents, maybe aunties, uncles, exes, partners, and feel like you're an obsession again, dedication reverse, on your own. And with this obsession, quite possibly you could struggle with OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, or some sort of mental issues due to having to survive, maybe quite possibly for yourself from a young age, quite possibly abandoned as a youth. So maybe some abandonment issues. Maybe if you have been abandoned from a young age, maybe you started to get like a really close bond with animals. I was getting, for some of you in a collective, like Dr. Dolittle, I feel like animals maybe talk to you. Deers could be your favourite rabbit, favourite deer. Rabbit could be significant, because I've got some sort of like rabbit connection. I don't know why I just said rabbits, but we're going with that. Maybe with rabbits, deers, peacocks, maybe quite possibly a bearded dragon. Have a close connection to loads of different animals, and maybe associate them as your special little family. So it could be, animals could be your spirit guides. Animals could be your spirit guides. Obsession, maybe, and then we've got greed in reverse. I was getting someone is obsessed with watching your every move, like, wherever you are going. Wherever you are going. People just want to know where you are and what you're doing. Words. Maybe you have a way with words, creative expression through words, writing, reading. I was getting there's some sort of like, with Gretel coming out, there's some sort of vulnerability, like vulnerable energy about yourself, although you may come across as strong and very dominating. Maybe a lot of people view you as vulnerable. Maybe quite possibly some people around you are still treating you like you're a child, although you could be a fully grown adult. You could be one of them where you've been really advanced since a young age, maybe not just with writing and creative expression. Just the way you act, it's something like you're like an old soul, like you've been here before, trust. You could have a lot of trust issues with people, like you don't trust people. There's something what could have happened when you was a child to yourself, your siblings, sister love, other siblings, and that could have, that trust issue, it could come from either siblings or parental type of figures in your life, adults like who, something surrounding not consenting to something, not consent, non-consensual type of stuff could have gone on as a child. So you still got like this vulnerable type of energy surrounding you. Then we've got trust, sister love, and truth in reverse. Someone's not wanting some sort of truth to come out. Someone's really not wanting some sort of secrets. We've got secrets. Not wanting these secrets to be told or heard. And the way she is holding on to something, just hold on to that pain. So there's something surrounding holding on to a lot of pain, a lot of secrets, what deception. Some people are not telling the truth and they're extremely deceptive. Maybe that could be a false personality, a false ego, maybe survival, operating and feeling like you are surviving, and when you go into survival mode you could slip into ego, as maybe quite possibly, if you know or you don't know, but to do some shadow work, because I feel like somebody is holding on to some sort of pain, and maybe quite possibly with this being smart, emotionally, intelligently, with words and ways of expression since a young age. So it's almost like your life is like a work of art. Promises. Somebody broke some sort of promises and doesn't want to tell the truth. Someone is worried about some broken promises. Someone is worried about some broken promises. Loyalty. But something surrounding, maybe you show a lot of loyalty to other people, and they always seem to break that trust, that bond. Something to do with a bond, sibling, brother, sister, bond. But really wanting to speak out, and sometimes some people, you can show them loyalty and they'd never give you that same loyalty in return. And once, if you were loyal with somebody at some point and they wasn't loyal to you, that is giving you major trust issues also. But again, this is a collective reading and it could resonate with multiple people, quite possibly a lot of people. And once they break that bond, that trust, when they speak out and then they don't want to tell you the truth about them saying something, it gives you trust issues with other people. But maybe quite possibly you could be going in healing mode a lot and reflecting and reevaluating who you spend your time on and who you're going to let in your life or back into your life. You're dedicated. Awakening in reverse, also going on a spiritual awakening. And there's a deceptive energy. Deceptive energy. Maybe you can pick up on, maybe you can sense when someone's being really deceptive. Maybe someone's wearing a bit of a mask. Again, going back to that personality, because there's some underlying healing issues what need to be addressed. AKA sometimes known as shadow work. Duty. So although you could have been harmed, hurt many times since a young age, you are being liberated. You have been liberated. There's magic in reverse. Don't lose that magic, that inner magic, what you possess, that inner energy and that outer energy, what you possess. And although you could have gone through a lot of pain in life, only you can heal that. Nothing else can heal that pain. So having to go in and do that shadow work to heal that issue. But you could be really understanding again, going back to the understanding. Emotionally intelligent. Maybe you can read energy. I was getting quite possibly read energy, rites of passage. Reading energy. Also, if you read energy, it may become mixed up with your own emotions, like you could be picking up on other people's emotions as well. So, and you are really understanding to people who's been through the same as what you've been through. Sacrifice in reverse, and going back to that magic in reverse, what came out. Someone could have tried to use some sort of dark energy work on you and try and sacrifice you. And expectation was expecting to get away with that. They could have tried to do this on the night time, the day boy and the night girl. Some sort of rights. Someone felt like they had some sort of rights or passage to try and sacrifice you. Voice in reverse. So they could have done some moon magic to do a blockage on your throat chakra so you don't speak out about that. Like clog your throat so you don't speak out about what's really gone on. Either recently or as a child or early adult, some sort of sacrifices was made using magic. The Tinkerbox, I can't get it out. Tinkerbox order, ambition and jealousy in reverse. Someone is really jealous of that ambition, what you have, that drive, that goal, that motivation. So they've been using dream magic to demotivate you, to have you feeling tired, like you've just got no strength left in you. Because you are a warrior, and even warriors get tired sometimes. Gifts in reverse. Someone in battle in reverse. Could have put you under major spiritual warfare because they are jealous of your gifts and that magic what you possess, and the skills what you possess. Whether that be with dancing, we've got like the shoes there, dancing, whether that be with dancing, whether that be with baking, being really creative, whether that be like animals, maybe you could spend a lot of time with animals, dog, bearded dragon type of thing. And someone has tried to do some sort of potion as well, so like a jar spell. So we've got a lot of dark energy work, and I mean that's basically with somebody using some sort of herbs or some sort of like plants to create their own potion. Some potions are good, you know, like if you was to put a lot of different like oils together with the carrier oil and mix that up and become up with a 14, a certain type of blend. Yeah, that certain type of blend to help with you relief of like, or releasing that stress through doing massage oils. I was getting quite possibly someone's put some sort of potion together, but a dark energy work type of potion. Because maybe they don't want to see you win. So you could have been around someone who did a lot of dark energy work and got obsessed with doing black magic. Someone's got a really bad obsession with doing black magic. It's like they don't want to stop doing it. Enchantment and obsession and survival, and doing a hell of a lot of spiritual warfare. Like, they're obsessed with causing major spiritual warfare. So you could have gone under spiritual warfare, and whilst going under spiritual warfare with theft and healing in reverse, and them not wanting you to heal while you're constantly going through spiritual warfare, I mean, to go through spiritual warfare and then heal from spiritual warfare, that is hard enough on its own, but to constantly keep going through spiritual warfare and spiritual warfare and spiritual warfare, it becomes extremely exhausting, because you're not just battling physically and mentally within yourself. You feel like you're battling on a major higher level spiritual warfare, because spiritual warfare is extremely hard on its own. Spiritual warfare is really hard, and they did not expect you to be liberated. Someone did not expect you to be liberated. They was expecting, with something surrounding intimacy coming out, you and the truth coming out, they were stealing something. So someone's been stealing something. It could be this brother or sister, it could be somebody else. But the truth coming out and being liberating out of jealousy. Some family tried to steal something that is not theirs, obviously, with this theft. Something which is not theirs, sacrificed, and tried to sacrifice somebody because they wanted to keep something what is theirs rightfully by physical law, universal law, and spiritual law. So they broke all physical laws coming up against her. They broke all physical laws, like spiritual laws and universal laws, because they wanted the materialistic things. So we've got apple here, Persian here. Apple and Persian. They could have been giving you some sort of food with witchcraft in. They could have given you, food, drinks, poison. So be careful of your drinks, be careful of your food, because there's something surrounding poisoning. Entitlement. And then we've got transformation in reverse. So stop a transformation, memory. And they want you to lose your gifts with this gifts. They want you to lose your memory. They want you to lose everything what you have worked so hard for your whole entire life, quite possibly, or since a young age. Everything you have physically, mentally and spiritually, like they actually even want someone else's brain or something like that. So it's not all about somebody wants to be either you, to beat you, to be stronger than you, to be prettier than you, to be more powerful than you, more creative than you. Secret competition all the time. Promises. Maybe you fought and then battled a lot of spiritual